Hey everybody, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
That's a good one.
John.
Check, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check, check, check.
Check.
Check. Check.
Sounds good.
Can you hear that?
Sure can. Yep.
Well, it's so great to be back in my hometown.
Good to have you.
I was born and raised in this town about years ago. It's always great to come back. You know, for those of you that have not seen me play before, let me kind of give you a little idea of how things are done now. We're going to play some songs that you might have heard before, the songs that Imran and I have done. Going to probably play some songs you might not have heard before, but this is kind of fun for me to play different things, you know, not just the same stuff all the time. Guys, I don't know how it happened. I'm not real happy about it, but somewhere along the line I got a little bit older. That means the chances are fairly decent that I just might play some songs with you tonight that absolutely none of us have ever heard before. Don't worry about it. You see me staring off into space, I'll be back. I'm just waiting for the ginkgo and the B12 to kick in. So, there you go. Here's one you might remember. Thank you very much. I've decided to do all these other songs that you might remember a little bit differently. I'm going to do everything tonight kind of a Lithuanian disco polka style. You okay with that? Cool. We're going to get along great here. You might remember this. Like I said, I was born and raised here and went to Samuel High School. There you go. That young lady sitting right back there was my English teacher. 1967. Boy, did she grow up fast. Being under us, yeah. There it is. You know, because this is memories of Dallas. I mean, growing up here, I'm sure so many of you have just such terrific memories of the things that went on. I was watching the slideshow a while ago, and all of these great places that I remember. I even saw the picture of the band that I was in with Dan, and that was a lot of fun. I've been asked before, because again, I come back here quite a bit, what is my favorite memory of Dallas? I'm sure you've all got one. I've got one. My favorite memory was when there was about 6.5 million fewer people here. That damn Dallas show screwed us big time. Same thing happened with Nashville. We had a show called Nashville, and the only thing that it did is written by a bunch of Hollywood people, and it showed everyone in the world that we could be as insidiously decadent, evil, backstabbing, and treacherous as any place they were already living. So now they feel comfortable coming there, and it's, look what happens. So, but we all remember the more fun days. And I travel around here sometimes and go, wow, man, I remember that place and the Inwood Theater and all the way, because I came from Samuel, so we were on the other side of the road. And it was just such a great time back during that. So I'm sure that you all have some terrific memories like I do.
Do you remember Luann?
Now the great thing about growing up in Texas is the fact that I learned to tell a lot of stories. So I wrote a book a couple of years ago, a thing called Backstage Pass. It's not about drug, sex, and rock and roll like you might think. It's just about the ridiculous things that went on during the music industry years. And I hear it's funny. I haven't read it myself, but I hear it's funny. So you're going to hear a lot of stories tonight. This is one that had occurred back in about 1977. Okay, the way the record industry works is that if you get the first record, which is really difficult to get that first record on the radio, you've literally got to, kiss somebody's pool boy in order to get that thing on the radio. Well, we got it. And it did good. Now, if you get the first one, they will kind of give you a second one, just to see what you can do. The third one, you got to kiss two pool boys. It's harder to get than the first one. So we actually got the third one. It's going up the charts. About 1977. People are happy. The radio's happy. Record companies are happy. We're happy. The things going on means we can continue to work, and I don't have to work at the same way, So for some unknown reason, I've never quite figured it out, a bunch of people started calling the radio station and saying, you really should not be playing that song. That's a song about cheating. About cheating. About cheating. Okay, it's not going to happen again. So they quit playing the song. Okay, well, there's no reason for us to play the song because they've taken it off the radio. I think it got to number 20 in the nation. And so I never played that song up to a certain point. And then, about 2000, they wanted me to come to the Philippines for the first time. I'm excited. They said the songs that were big in the States weren't necessarily big in here. We had other songs that were big. So would you play these songs? And I went, okay. And so I'm looking at them, I'm like, yeah. I said, no, sorry, can't play that one. And they said, well, why not? I said, well, it's a song about cheating. So I don't want to get anybody tipped off. It stops. Okay. Oh, your Bluetooth. Thanks to Kurt for letting me use his keyboards tonight.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I can do all these other songs, but that song I don't think I can do. And they said, well, why not? It's like a really big song here. And I said, well, it's a song about cheating and stuff. And they came back and said, oh, well, we don't particularly care. We like that song. And I thought, well, sure glad you guys are our allies. That's all I can say. So I said, let me think about it. Let me pray about it. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know. I did. I thought about this song for the longest time. All the people that called in and said this song is about cheating, it really wasn't. Actually, this song taught a very, very moral lesson in the 1970s, the decadent 70s. It taught you how to never again have to pay another stinking alimony check, how to never again have to pay another child support payment. Essentially, what this song taught you was marry your second spouse first. Maybe when you look my way, had a strange sensation, and darling, that's when I knew that it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Yes, it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Sound familiar? Or wake up in the night and reach beside me, hoping you will be there. Instead, I find someone who believed in me when I said I'd always care. Oh, it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Yes, it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. So we live our lives and dream the rest of our days. Just you and me walking hand in hand, no wish for a broken. Or I guess that's all that it would be. Wish I had a time machine, I'd make myself go back until the day I was born. I would live my life new, rearrange it so that I'd be yours from now on. Oh, it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Yes, it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Oh, it's sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Sad to belong to someone else when the right one comes along. Thank you. That didn't happen to me.
Thank you.
No? I mean, you don't have to raise your hand for sitting next to me. There you go, you're brave. There you go. You know, it's really funny because I normally go out after I play, because I like to meet people. I like to say hello. I like to get hugs. I like to find out what's going on in people's lives. But I began to notice that there was some tension when I would go out, and I couldn't figure it out. You know, it's just like couples were just kind of like trying to get away from one another. And so one night, this lady is standing in front of me. Her husband is standing next to her, and she's going on and on and on about, yeah, I mean, that was my boyfriend, my song when we went to high school. Yeah, my boyfriend and I were doing this. And finally, the guy just goes, Jesus Christ. And I went, I get it. I get it. So, guys, the chances are fairly decent that the person that you might have come with tonight might not necessarily be thinking about you during some of these songs. It's okay. Let it go. It's 50 years ago. You know, one of the things that I've always enjoyed about being a singer-songwriter was the fact that I get a lot of time to think. Okay, and I was an English lit student in school, so I really require the time to think. And it's great because you can literally be staring out at the horizon. Someone can come up and they'll go, well, what are you doing? And you can legitimately and honestly say, I'm working. Because you're thinking, right? One time I kind of got to thinking about all the love songs that we got. Mm-hmm. Guys, those things ain't doing their job. They just ain't working. I mean, we've got so much hate and animosity in the world, and I started kind of figuring out that maybe what we could use is a couple of really good hate songs. So, you know, use a little reverse psychology. take it back to Nashville where they might understand this kind of stuff, and we'll just play a bunch of hate songs and a bunch of love will break out, you know. And I'm right at the forefront, right at the ground floor on that. And so I came back to Nashville with songs kind of like this. When I think of good loving, boom, baby, your name just don't come up. I think of love all the time, just not yours and mine, so just go away, stay away, cough, choke, die. You cannot imagine just how short-sighted they can be in Nashville, that's for sure. But I kind of thought I was onto something. A buddy of mine, who actually used to play with back here a lot, by the name of Alex Harvey. He wrote Delta Dawn and Reuben James and songs like that. He wrote one called There's a $5 Fine for Whining. I thought, okay, I'm kind of in the ballpark. But then Vince Gill jumped into it, beat us all to the punch, and he wrote one called It's Hard to Kiss the Lips at Night and Chew Your Ass Out All Day Long. I figure I'm in the ballpark here, you know, so. But I like to play this song. This song was actually written by a buddy of mine, Byron Hill. And Byron was just such a prolific songwriter for country. He wrote everybody from Ray Charles to all the country artists. He wrote George Strait's first #1 hit, wrote Born Country for Alabama. Just the list goes on and on and on. So this is about the only song that I do that somebody else wrote, because I just really think it's such a great song and it speaks volumes about mankind in general, you know. So this is the song for anyone who lives in a house with wheels. Yes, I live in a single wide. Get up here takes a 4-wheel drive. I got a mean old dog named Silver Sam. Got a motor hanging from a tree, satellite dish and a trampoline. But that don't make me what they say I am. 'Cause there ain't no trash in my trailer. You might find an empty can of beer. No, there ain't no trash in my trailer. Since the day I threw you out of here. Okay, I got your number now. I burn my trash in a big old drum. Some days I might shoot my gun. All the years on blocks, hard to miss. This place is like heaven now. Well, it was something else with you around. So let them talk, say anything they want. Everybody sing, 'cause there ain't no trash in my trailer. You might find an empty can of beer. No, there ain't no trash in my trailer. Since the day I threw you out of here. No, there ain't no trailer trash living here. You'd be surprised at some of the reactions that I get to that song. I played that song in Israel just for the heck of it. They looked at me like a cow at a new gate. They had no idea what I was talking about. Years ago, Dan wrote a song called Daddy Ferry Road. And it's over Daddy Ferry Road. Everybody know where Daddy Ferry Road is? Now the funny thing about Daddy Ferry for me is that Dan and I used to go over there and we would take our pistols and we would hunt cottonmouth watermelons. I hate those things. I almost got bit once. And so don't get upset because as you well know, they're not endangered by any stretch of the imagination. So we just kind of take them out. But you wrote that song, and that was the story behind that. Well, I was thinking at one point, you know, that snake, I really don't like those things. So I'm in Carolina. I live in Charleston, South Carolina. Not South Carolina, South Carolina. Gotta say it right. So I ended up writing this song just as kind of an answer to that. So Dan and I played in a band called the Southwest F.O.B. Some of you might remember that band. Before that, there was a group called Lee's Few, and then we originated as the Playboys 5. And so we had played a lot of different kinds of music. And most people think, well, you can't possibly play that kind of stuff because, you know, you're just known for these soft, gentle ballad kinds of things. And I thought, no, we did a bunch of stuff. Because again, those love songs, it's like honestly, between you and me, I think about the different music. And if I never again have to play another song or write a song like I Want to Love You All Night Long, or Let's Make Love to the Morning Light. I mean, when I hear those kinds of things, my first thought is, really? I mean, really? Seriously? Okay. I don't think I can do that. So, this is just a little bit different, so hope you enjoy this. Told doing okay out there? You're still waiting for the Lithuanian disco polka, aren't you? Being raised here in Dallas, I was raised a little bit differently than most of my friends. I'm sure, were most of you raised on country music? Country music? Yeah, well, a lot of my friends were opera. I was not so much raised on country music. I got raised on a lot of show tunes, a lot of opera. My mom and dad really kind of had very interesting senses of humor. Daddy was very stoic. Mama was very Three Stooges. So I kind of got both of them. And my daughter periodically would say, Dad, you need to smile every now and then to let them know that you're joking because you look like you're going to kill them. I don't know. So anyway, I've got a very dry sense of humor. But the funny thing about it was that I'm raised with so many different kinds of things. This is what I was trained doing. That kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun. I used to play classical competitions for my teacher, and to show you just how self-absorbed the classical music is, and it's so much fun because again, it's all about you, and it changes all the time. It's the greatest music for people with ADHD you've ever seen, because we're always changing. So I'm playing things like that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, my mom and dad were so strict on that kind of thing that they would not allow me to watch Paladin or Gunsmoke on Saturday night unless I sat through Mitch Miller and Lawrence Welk with them. So you can imagine, you just kind of float all the time. But there's no way that that's not going to influence your music in some way or another. And it actually came out in a couple of things that Dan and I did. One called What I'm Doing. Actually, I just found that on Donald Kirshner's rock concert. We did a live version of that with the band. And that was really good to see. But you have all the influences in your music, and you take them wherever you go. As a matter of fact, Dan and I used to go into the record companies when we were first going into Los Angeles trying to get a deal. And it was when you could walk into the record company and actually play your songs for them, that long ago. And inevitably, someone would look at us and go, what in the heck are you guys? Are you classical? Are you pop? Are you rock? Are you country? Are you jazz? I mean, what are you? We go, yeah, pretty much. Because we played everything. Dan and I in the F.O.B, we ended up playing fusion jazz towards the end. So nobody really thought that we could play. Dan was a great saxophone player, and I played keyboard. So at the end, after we did Overseas Night, everybody just thinks that we're stand-up singers, and that's about it. But no, we weren't. So this song actually was on the Dowdy Ferry Road album, and it was a very serious song for me. It was about war, and I was right in the thick of the Vietnam era, as I'm sure many of you were as well. So this song wasn't about being at war. It was like what it is to come home and having all those things that have happened to you and how you adjust to life. Your friends have changed. Everything that you used to do, they've all moved on. You're just kind of left out in the cold. So this song was written not like a verse, chorus out kind of song. It was written in movements. So this is kind of how this goes. And anybody that was in Vietnam, this is for you. Thank you and welcome home. Happy birthday, Paul.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Okay, bye.
I got so many stories to tell you. I'll tell you one. I did some acting for a while. As a matter of fact, I had a lawyer that tried to get me to date this girl that I thought was really pretty and stuff. And he said, yeah, I think you guys would probably really get along. You know, you've seen her in films, you know, more than a Fairchild. And I went, no, I think I'm gonna pass. And I wish I hadn't, because we probably spoke the same language. You know, we both spoke fluent redneck. So that would have been a very interesting conversation. But I ended up doing a book several years ago, I think called Backstage Pass. And again, it's not about drugs, sex, and rock and roll. It's just about all the ridiculous things that went on. And the way that the book started out was from an incident that I had happen in California. I was playing out there, and after it was done, this really nicely dressed lady comes up. She's kind of corporate looking, kind of lawyerly looking, all dressed in black. And she walks up, she's got one of the old LPs, takes that thing, sticks it in my face. And she took me by the hand in a really sweet, gentle voice. She said, I want you to know, my fiance and I fell in love with your song, Nights Are Forever Without You. We danced to the song, he proposed to me to the song, we loved to the song, we did just about everything to that song. Not being remotely interested in what that lady's everything could possibly include, I just politely said, well, thank you very much. Honest to goodness, that woman's head morphed into Satan, got about that big in front of me, squeezed my hand so tight I thought she was going to break it, and got very, very close to my face, and in a voice I didn't recognize as coming out of her before. Then she said, and then that blankety blank so-and-so left me, and I've hated your song ever since. I don't get shook easy, man. Moses was just coming down off Mount Sinai about the time I started doing this. I've been doing it a long time. And the only thing that I could do was look at that poor lady and go, cool. So, with that in mind, hold hands to the person next to you, okay? Moonlight falls like rain, soft summer nights, still thinking of you. When will I see you again? Soft and over those hip bones, can't stop thinking about you. Sun will be coming soon, but I just can't sit thinking of you here alone with the moon. Thank you. You guys okay for a couple more? This next song, I am surprised still to this day and wonder how in the world it got to be as big a song as it did. I think it was because nobody could understand what in the heck we were saying. So, I still get asked about it all the time. You know, what is the lyric to the thing? Is, you know, Dan and I didn't even want to do this song. We thought that it was more of a feminine song. And then it got all the way to number 2 in the United States and number 1 in a lot of places around the world. So the song that beat us out to number 1 was Play That Funky Music, White Boy. So I'll play this for you. I'm going to do my best not to make it sound like number 2, just for the heck of it. For those of you that have not figured out what the lyric is yet, you'll know it by the end of the song, I guarantee. And it's not Wiggling, it's not M&M's, it's not Millennium, it's not Bolivia, it's not the ones that I can't repeat in Black Company, but you'll get it. Here we go. Moving in. See, you didn't know it, did you? Okay, we're good. Don't want to change your life, but there's a woman in the stars around your turn. How many of you knew that lyric? Okay, cool. Could go walking through the park, take a drive on the beach. Thank you. You guys kept me working for a really long time off this time. I do appreciate it. Do one more for you. You guys in for a story?
Yeah.
Sure.
I have been in music for a long time, of course, and I travel with a lot of musicians, and I got into acting as an actor. I did about 4 or 5 different films, including America's Most Wanted of all things. And there's a great difference between musicians and actors. Anybody acted? Anybody been a musician? Okay. Musicians are boring as hell. We're boring as hell. I mean, we'd be out on the road for like 2 months. We come back, 2 weeks. We all meet at the airport again, and we're going to go out again for another 2 months. Within sight of 10 minutes, all the jokes are gone. All the stories are gone. All the fashion tips are gone. And none of these guys could talk about the things that I wanted to talk about, like nuclear fission and, you know, how to diagram sentences in Latin and stuff like that. You know, they just couldn't do that. So, but with actors, you get day players. Now with day players, they got 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days worth of work. That's it. They come in, they do their stuff, and a lot of times the principals aren't even there. They do their stuff, they're gone. Well, my first film was a thing called Scenes from the Gold Mine. So I played the drummer in the band. The bass player in the band was Timothy B. Schmidt from the Eagles. We had a lot of great people in that film. Alex Rocco, the guy that played Mo Green in The Godfather. He's on the massage table, got shot in the eye. That was a friend of mine. He's the guy that got me into the film. And so then we had Joy Pantoliano, who was in Goonies, went on to Sopranos, Catherine Mary Stewart, Steve Railsback, who played Charles Manson in Helter Skelter. Well, we had one young girl who had 2 days worth of work. She is the keyboard player in the band. She comes into the scene, discovers that Catherine Mary Stewart from Night of the Comet and Last Starfighter is now playing keyboard. She's being thrown out. She pitches a hissy fit. She just goes absolute berserk. Well, that young lady was Pamela Springsteen, Bruce's younger sister. The second Pam and I saw one another, it was like we were cloned at the hip. It was inseparable, it was boom, like this. And she's telling me, you know, I'm trying so hard, I'm working all the time, I'm taking classes, I'm becoming as believable an actress as I can be, and I'm just really, really working at it. And I'm trying to encourage her, you know, don't worry, you know, it's all networking, you know how this game goes. And so the last day, her last day, she sees me, runs over to me, and she grabbed me by the arm and said, John, I talked to my brother Bruce last night. He knows who you are. Said he would love to get together with you sometime. You guys could write, you could play, you could maybe go out on the road, do stuff like that. And he told me to give you his telephone number. And I said, really? And she said, no, I was just acting, but tell me, did you believe it? Love that girl. Anyway, this song was written by, this is the last song that Dan and I had on the charts, really, that was of any consequence. It was written by Todd Rundgren. And when they brought it to us, I was a huge Todd Rundgren fan. So it was really a great stroke of luck for me to be able to play a Todd Rundgren song, because I never thought I'd be able to. But this song, I loved it because it's got so many different musical elements in it. It's clothed, first of all, in a very, very spiritual ambiguity. It's classical, it's rock, it's pop, it's gospel. It's just got so many different styles of music contained in this 4-minute song. So play this one for you. And again, thank you so much for coming out and supporting Paul and members of Dallas. We've all got so many terrific memories that are never going to let go. And I love this town. And I come back here as often as I possibly can. Still got family here. And I know all of you guys you're just really supporting this very much. So again, thank you very much. I look forward to saying hello to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Paul,
you.
again, happy
Thank you,
birthday.
buddy.
Thank
Appreciate
you all
it.
for coming out.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.